Now you got Boots Ennis in your weight class.
Definitely.
What do you think about him?
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented.
Yeah.
The eye test tells it all. You know, he's got the it, you know, but we haven't seen him against any elite fighter. We've never seen him tested. So until then, you know, we just going to keep saying, oh, Boots, 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 until he meet that fighter
It's a different type. Like, you can be riding that wave. You've been getting all these knockouts of all these other different guys, but you've never been in the ring with an animal like Crawford. And when you get in there for the first time and you get hit upside your head and you see that you can't do the stuff that you usually do against the guys that you fought, you know, at the lower level, bro.
Would you consider going back down to 154 and face Jaron Ennis, the guy who prepared Canelo Alvarez for this fight?
Nope. I ain't going down 154.
When Terrence Bud Crawford announced that he will meet Yaron Boots, Joe Rogan was taken aback. Ennis and Rogan had previously stated that the fight would not take place, but it is now official, and Rogan called it remarkable considering their sheer punching power. Boots continued, "This is the fight fans have been waiting for."
That's the fight that everybody wants to see.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
Do you respect him as like when he's like, I got a couple fights left, I'm at the end, I'm only trying to get mega fights, so.
I understand it, but don't lie or cap to the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know what I'm saying? And then that one time that I did, we said they called and we said we never heard nothing else back about it. So
right.
I mean, I respect it though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But don't be capping on the net, acting like.
After Ennis defeated Wisma Lima, fans instantly asked, "Oh, who's next?" Even Virgil Ortiz called him out following his own knockout victory. But now the tables are turned. Crawford is moving up, and the boxing world is buzzing about a potentially explosive matchup between two of the sport's most dangerous technicians.
I mean, I'm always going to root for Boots. Boots is from Philly. Terrence Crawford is a specialist. Boots is a specialist. It'll be a great fight. Terrence is my guy, man. I love it.
Jermel Charlo was outraged when he learned Terrence Crawford would fight Yaron Boots Ennis. He believed it should be him, claiming he has earned the right to battle elite fighters and continue to develop his legacy. Charlo criticized Crawford versus Ennis, arguing that Crawford versus Charlo is the only fight that makes sense.
I want all the smoke. I want smoke with Crawford. I want all the smoke. Give me the best shit. I'm in shape. I train. My lifestyle is on the move. Everything is great. So why the fuck would I want the best, man? What y'all talking about, dog? I don't got time to be playing with none of these people with these promotionals and all of these shits. I'm with the old school boxing. I'm following all of the Muhammad Ali act and all that shit. I mean, man, whatever. Y'all want to change shit, change.
Veteran trainer Andre Rozier saw things differently. He believes Crawford will defeat Ennis, calling him one of the most complete fighters of his generation. While he acknowledged Ennis' brilliance, Rozier believed Crawford's experience, precision, and adaptability elevated him to a new level, particularly after defeating Canelo, an accomplishment few could duplicate. The mix of fury, confidence, and respect throughout the boxing world demonstrates how enormous and unpredictable this bout might be.
Well, I think it's attention, but Terrence is on another level right now. I mean, he's on another level.
When you say another level, do you mean like marketability-wise, name-wise, or you mean talent-wise?
All the above. All the above.
So he's a notch or two above Jaron even.
Exactly. Boots has to get there. He's not there yet. A lot of people don't know who Boots is yet, believe it or not. So the boxing people might, but to be that stellar star, and that's why I'm upset about how his movement has been going, because he could have been stellar already. He's talented enough to do it.
Not everyone agreed. However, Tim Bradley wasn't thrilled with the matchup, calling it a major risk for Ennis. He claimed Crawford's power and expertise make him a dangerous opponent capable of ending a bout with a single punch. While Bradley lauded Boots as a talented rising star, he emphasized that Ennis needs more experience against elite competitors before taking on a legend like Crawford.
I would hate for him to get in this type of fight with Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I would hate for him to get in this fight and look average. Because if you go back and you watch a lot of, and he's a spectacular fighter. Boots is a spectacular fighter. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Boots. I think he's next. I think he's next, but he needs to be tested. He needs to be tested with a legit. He needs to be tested with a guy like Thurman.
Greg Hackett held the opposing perspective. He went on, "Every era in boxing is defined by the fighter bold enough to take over. Crawford has been doing this for the previous 2 years." Hackett believes Crawford's stardom was solidified more during those years than throughout his entire career. Nonetheless, he maintained that every period eventually crowns a new king, and that this may be the beginning of Boots Ennis' reign. In his opinion, Ennis has earned his shot, and denying him a bout with Crawford would disrupt the natural flow of competitiveness.
He talking like that, same reason Tim Bradley talk like that, cause they know he that. But shit just got started. Think about it. How long was the Bud Crawford era if Bud Crawford didn't start getting respect till 2023 for what he do? So if it's 2025 and we already talking about Boots Ennis, who's 10 years younger, who could possibly turn up this next 10 and make it crazy, that means the average person who don't really understand boxing, never really watch boxing, pay attention to boxing, and not really a boxing fan, they're not going to remember Bud Crawford.
Danny Garcia responded to the news with a broad smile and real joke. He stated, "This fight exemplifies what boxing is all about. A youthful, hungry lion faces a seasoned veteran. For him, it's the ideal combination of youth and experience, with both fighters demonstrating their own brand of excellence." Danny went on to say that this clash will indicate who genuinely stands out, and he even recommended a reasonable weight class for both. He wholeheartedly supports the battle, claiming it is exactly what boxing requires to flourish and survive.
I think that'll be a great fight. You know, the young hungry lion versus the legend. That would be a hell of a fight. Maybe 160. If it's a vacant title at 160, I think that they can make that happen for sure. I think it just has to make sense for both parties. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think if there's a vacant belt, Crawford's gonna want to be 6th division champion, and then he'll make Ennis move up to 160. I think they could do it at 160.
More crucially, Terrence Bud Crawford provided his thoughts on the impending confrontation. He showed great confidence in his versatility and combat IQ, claiming that while fans expect pyrotechnics from both men's aggressive tactics, his knowledge and adaptability will be the deciding factor.
Terrence, any chance your kids become UFC champions?
No.
Why not?
They don't pay you enough.
Crawford stated that he is equally happy fighting orthodox or southpaw. Modifying his posture fully depends on his opponent. Cool, calculated, and confident. He made it plain that once the bell rings, he'll switch to whatever gives him the advantage and remain in complete control from start to end.
You know, I feel I'm equally as great in both stands. I'm very powerful in both stands. I hit just as hard with my left, probably even harder with my left than my right, you know, but I think it's the opponent.
Danny Garcia reacted to the news with a wide grin and real joke. He stated this battle exemplifies the essence of boxing, a youthful, hungry lion facing an experienced veteran. To him, it's the perfect balance of youth and experience, with both fighters demonstrating their own brand of excellence. Danny went on to say that this showdown will demonstrate who actually stands out, and that both parties should agree on a reasonable weight class. Overall, he wholeheartedly supported the bout, describing it as exactly the type of matchup that boxing requires to continue improving and growing.
Just feel that Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. You know, obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, you know, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy. And Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, you know, that he's still very much in his...
Terence Crawford discussed his thoughts before of the prospective fight, showing complete faith in his adaptability and fighting IQ. He said he's as comfortable fighting orthodox or southpaw and will adjust to whichever gives him an advantage. Calm, composed, and always in command. Terence Crawford is back in grind mode. No mercy and no distractions, but is preparing to face Jaron Ennis after silence naysayers and defeating Canelo.
Take that step, boom, and there you go. First step, second step, blink. First step, going backwards, second, stop. 1, 2, going backwards. Not this. It's this. Bam, boom. Step, release. 1, 2, going backwards. 1, 2, going backwards. 1, 2, going backwards. 1, 2, going forward. 1, 2, flip to the left.
Every session is controlled pandemonium, speed, power, and precision. Crawford practices like a man who refuses to fade, pushing himself with explosive tads, severe sparring, and unrivaled intensity. Sean Zittle provided a startling response. He hopes this battle will shake up boxing. He believes the timing is ideal, with both boxes their top after significant wins, and that seeing them eventually face off will excite spectators. He boldly asserted that Boots Ennis has a legitimate opportunity at beating Crawford.
Hold my breath for Ennis's chances of ever landing that fight with Crawford nearing 40, and Ennis still having a lot of catching up to do to make that a worthy assignment for Crawford. And nobody's been begging for that fight for the last couple years more than me, but I'm also realistic about it.
Gilly Daw, a child, described the Crawford vs. Ennis clash as explosive, full of skill, intensity, and suspense. He commended both, but predicted Crawford would win, citing Bud's better IQ, timing, and experience in controlling the tempo and securing victory. Jaron Ennis' overwhelming victory over Wisma Lima demonstrated his speed, power, and composure. He dominated the bout from start to finish, dismantling Lima with razor-sharp timing and technique. The victory elevated his status as a future star and provided him with valuable experience ahead of a potential matchup with Crawford, a true test for brilliance.
Boots Ennis is he's the real package. He's the full package. I've been saying this for a long time. It's no secret, and a lot of people see it, and they had their ups and downs about how they feel about him. But he's the full package. He can fight inside, outside. He can punch. He's got good hand speed. He's technically solid. His father does a good job. He's mentally right. He's got the amateur pedigree. He's the...
Clarissa Shields praised Jaron Ennis' strong performance, adding it was precisely what she expected. She lauded his talent, discipline, and mindset, describing him as a future great and claiming that Boots can defeat anyone who dares to challenge him next.
Shit. Yeah, Boots that guy. He did his thing. Hey, I like Boots as a fighter. And I want to see him fight the best and prove his greatness. That's what it's about. It's about proving your greatness. So, great job for him tonight. I ain't no Boots head. I know y'all be like, oh, I love Terence Crawford. I do. That's my pound #1 fighter. But I still got a lot of respect for Boots.
Terence Crawford's fight with Canelo Alvarez became one of boxing's most talked about bouts. Faced with a bigger, stronger opponent, Crawford used brilliant planning, precise counters, and faultless mobility to outclass Canelo from start to end.
Why were you so emotional afterward? Is it that you just realized everything that you achieved, the moment just hit you then?
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's just, the history, behind the sport is just everything that, I trained for my whole life. It all was, coming out that one night. That was all paying off.
Possible confrontation between Terence but Crawford and Jaron Boots have the boxing world talking. What began as rumor has become one of the most talked about bouts in years. Although Boots was supposed to face Virgil Ortiz, his decision to challenge Crawford has fans and commentators excited. Many believe that if Canelo couldn't beat Bout, Ennis would struggle with his ring IQ and expertise. Others see Boots' youth and explosiveness as a real threat. So what do you think? Rate this match from 1 to 10. Can Ennis dethrone the veteran, or will Crawford's dominance prevail? Please share your ideas below. Like, share, and subscribe to receive more boxing information.